This is Rebecca Davis from Weird, Scary, and Interesting. I'm going to be telling you some ghost stories for the holidays. The reaction to hearing ghost stories around the burning Mule fire became a tradition, a feeling of warmth, group bonding at what was the coldest, darkest time of the year. This tradition lasted for several 100 years until Christmas celebrations were halted by the Puritans. It was in Victorian England that telling supernatural tales at the end of the year, especially during the Christmas season, went from an oral tradition to a timely trend. It was part due to the development of steam-powered printing press during the Industrial Revolution that made the written word more widely available. We are going to hear some 9 ghost stories from around the world on this channel. Number 1. The Windsor Castle Christmas Tree Ghost Girl, England. The kitchen in Windsor Castle is haunted by a spectre of a small girl once spotted standing near a Christmas tree. A pretty classic haunting of a blue-clad girl. It is also sometimes accompanied by a spectral white lady in Britain and Ireland. Folklore: what castle would be without one? Number 2. Greyfriars Bobby, a phantom dog, Scotland. If you hear a bark of a dog in Edinburgh's old town, yet there's nothing near, it can be Bobby, a phantom Skye Terrier that is known to all in the city. Faithful hound spent 14 years guarding his master's grave until he finally passed away in 1872 and was buried in Greyfriars, Kirkland, near his owner. People still hear his little bark near to his grave. A small statue at the Greyfriars Bobby is a popular landmark on the corner of Candlemaker Row, and some people claim it's good luck to rub the Bobby's nose. But others say it's just a tall tale created by tour guides in the city. Regardless, the tale of the canine loyalty is so famous, it was even turned into a Disney movie in 1960s. Number 3. Lady Isobel and the Phantom Children, Ireland. At Ballygally Castle, a cute Scottish battalion pile on the Antrim coast, you never think is one of the most haunted places in Ireland. It all started when the previous owner locked his wife, Lady Isobel, in the tower because she couldn't produce a male heir. Rather than starve, Isobel left to her death on the rocks below. Now, a hotel guests have seen her specter and phantom children roam the corridors. Number 4. The Spectre of Judge Jeffreys, Wales. Known as the Hanging Judge, Jeffreys was born in Wexham, took charge of the bloody seas. In the 17th century, the gruesome trials led to thousands of those suspect of treason being burned alive at the stake, hanged, and beheaded. Ghost hunters Ian Ellington claims he has a picture that shows a ghostly figure in an antique powdered wig, and it is stared right at the camera. The snaps were taken in Elchester Arms in London, which is understood to be one of Judge Jeffrey's favorite watering holes. Number 5. The Gantry Theatre, Douglas, Isles of Man. Gantry Theatre is said to be haunted, especially around seat B14. The seat, as well as the area that surrounds it, is said to be haunted by an old woman. It has been described as looking like a nice little grandmother. She doesn't seem to be spooky at all. She describes until she decides to walk through a wall. Number 6. The Ghost of Versailles, France. The splendid Palace of Versailles is one of the most famous landmarks in France, known as for its ardent beauty and historical goings-on. However, some say that the palace is also home to ghostly apparitions. It's one of the most haunted places in France. The last Queen of France haunts the palace. Is Hall of Mirrors. Maria Antoinette was executed during the French Revolution. Her ghost is said to appear in the Hall of Mirrors on the anniversary of her death. Some curious tourists claim to have seen her ghostly figure walking through the hall dressed in a white gown and carrying a candle. Others claim to have witnessed other historical spooks haunting the halls of Versailles, including Marie's husband, King Louis XVI, who was also the victim of Madame Guillotine, and Napoleon, who was often a guest at Versailles. Spooky. Number 7. Old building of Provincial Council, Granada, Spain. During the work on the site, workers got quite a shock as human bones were discovered. Later, when the building was used as a provincial council, strange phenomena started. Strange phenomena such as ghostly presence, gusts of wind, noises, mysterious lights happened that eventually frightened the workers in the building on the city of Granada. I wouldn't work there. That's kind of scary. Oh. Number 8. Cemetery Mule, Morocco. Cemetery Mule is a terrifying beast from the native Berber mythology folklore of Atlas Mountains. Her appearance varies from one region to another. Some believe she's entirely a mule dragged in heavy chains behind her, while others believe she has an upper body of a woman and a lower body of a mule. Descriptions similar to the centaurs in Greek mythology. According to the legend, a woman was newly widowed, but had an affair with another man. Before her iddah was over, therefore, she was cursed by God, who changed her appearance. Iddah is an Islamic corrupted. It is a period of time every newly divorced or widowed woman must observe before being able to find another husband. The purpose of this period is to remove any doubt as to the paternity of a child born after a divorce or passing of a prior husband. The curse during that woman into a beast. During the daytime, she slept underground with the rest of the dead, but after sunset, she digs her way out while screeching in agony, and then she begins to roam the cemetery, dragging heavy chains behind her. At dawn, she turned back underground, waiting for the next sunset. Some people say the beast would kill grave robbers, occasionally convinces men to get on her back, then take them underground and devour them. But the most terrifying version of the story is that the beast is capable of shape-shifting, and she would knock on a door in the form of a relative, and she would kidnap a man from the household and devour him in her grave. According to some people from the Berber village, her screams and chains can be heard occasionally. Some men try not to walk by the cemeteries to avoid a deadly encounter with the beast. Hopefully that's not scary at all. Carrying on. Number 9. Jinns and the Old Abandoned Fort. There is a very green countryside, but there is one hill in this place where nothing can grow, not even grass. But in this place there is an old abandoned fort, which dated from France, from when France were occupying the country. The Muslims believe in jinns especially in abandoned places, and are invisible unless they change their shape, sometimes just to scare people, especially if you come where they live, and disturb their peace. And they can also possess people. Many people passing near this place. There you go. Some interesting, spooky ghost stories for this holiday. If you liked it, like and subscribe and comment. So good, happy holidays.